I've been a mom for over a year now. And I disappeared from this channel. I'm sorry about it. I left you off with, I'm launching a company, and then I disappeared. Because launching a company and having a 1-year-old boy is hard, guys. It's difficult. So I've been gone, and I'm sorry about that. I have a montage of footage here to catch you up on where I've been. So, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Oscar, do you want to go on a cruise? I am packing my first order. It is for one of my very best friends, Whitney. Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff. God, I've taken Oscar on like how many trips in that small amount of time. I want him to be well traveled. What can I say? If I'm starting a travel company, my boy's gonna travel. It's been, I'm not gonna lie, like it's been a tricky couple of months because sales are not what I expected them to be. And they probably would have been better if I was on social media. But there were so many like little things that I was working on. And there's stuff with my house that like I just needed to take care of. And the emotional labor that it takes for me to film and then edit and post, I just didn't have it in me because I was too busy working on getting the website up and going and getting the infrastructure of it up and going. Ooh, this light's on. But I think I'm at a good cadence now. Have I run out of runway? Almost. Mom has to help with the mortgage now. So there were some horrible men in the comments when I announced what I was doing. And they were like, you're going to fail in 6 months. You're going to run out of money. And I haven't failed. I also haven't run out of money, but it's because I've been smart and I stopped the flow of salary. So we are at a real crisis point, I would say. But I just don't feel the pressure because I just feel things coming. And is it women's instinct or am I Delulu? Both. Why not both? And I'm at the precipice of a bunch of stuff going right. I have no choice but to just push through it. So, as you can see from the montage, Wanderous has launched. I have presented to investors. I am now talking about expanding, so it's not just me. That's exciting. And I was on TV about it. That's really cool. I had this idea when I was traveling the world. I was squeezing the same shampoos and moisturizers in the same bottles and traveling from Albuquerque to Singapore, breakouts, bad hair days, and I was like, there's gotta be a better way. So now with the advent of AI, I've been able to create a little quiz on my website, wanderous.ai, and people can go in, put in their destination, the time of year that they're traveling, down to the date, and it'll tell you whether or not the destination you're going to is humid, arid, temperate, or cold. Those are our 4 major climates in the world, and I have a bundle for you. What's funny is the reach is so much bigger on social media. The same week that I was on TV, I also had this like banger of a reel hit and went like mini viral. It's silly that you get so much more exposure from social media than you do from TV, but I was like way more excited about the TV thing. So yeah, we're going places and I'm feeling good, and Oscar's great. Oscar's wonderful. I love being a mom, and it's funny because I was talking to a friend about, it's like I can getting firmware updates for him. There are new things that he does every day, and it's wild. Like it's the same little package, but it just keeps getting bigger and it keeps being able to do more things, and it's funny. It's the best gadget I ever bought. The other thing that's really weird about motherhood is that I'm not in control of my sleep schedule. But when are we ever, really? You know? The other thing that's really strange about motherhood is that I don't know how to put this succinctly. Things that are important change so fast, and you get into a routine of doing something, and sometimes you're only in that routine for like a week or 2 weeks, and then it's done. It's crazy. Like baby food. We were going crazy for baby food and buying baby food and getting jars of baby food, and then all of a sudden now he just eats the same dinner we eat, and I don't buy baby food anymore. And it was like the most important thing for a while, and it's just not anymore. And so you like build these routines and then they disappear so fast, and it's crazy. These devices that you buy that you're like, this is the thing that my life depends on, is this device running and working properly. And then you just don't use it anymore. It's gone. Doesn't matter. There's a toy that is everything. There's this like aquarium that people told me to buy for tummy time, and it never really made him better at or enjoy tummy time more. But it did become a comfort item, and it plays classical music, and you're supposed to put it in the crib and like press the button, and the classical music plays and the little turtle dances about. It's a little Einstein's thing, and then the music gets quieter and the lights turn off and they go to sleep. But it's kind of like Oscar's music box. He likes to like just hit it in the morning and just listen to it. And so I used to have it attached to the bottom of his playpen, and then he started using it as a step to hang over the top of the playpen. So then I moved it and I put it on the top rail of the playpen, so he could walk by and like hit the button, which he would do every morning. I put him in the playpen, he'd walk over, he'd hit the button, and the classical music, his jams, would start playing. And then he started holding onto it and shaking it, and I had to put additional like cable ties to hold it onto the edge, and then that wasn't enough because he started shaking that off, and I was like, he's gonna pull this thing, it's kind of heavy. Then my mom started noticing he was holding onto it and then using that as leverage to pull his upper half up, and then he was putting his little feet on the spindles of the playpen and was using it to climb over the playpen. So that very important aquarium is just not in the playpen anymore. And I took him into his room this morning, and I was putting his clothes away and just letting him wander around his room. And he found it. I gave it to him, and he got so excited because it was like he forgot about it. But, you know, it was this very important thing that we had to have in the playpen. And then that was one we had to remove. But there's other stuff that we've just outgrown so fast. It's insane. It's crazy. And I know that that's just kind of life until the end of time now, you know? I love it. I am so happy I did this. And he makes me feel complete. And I still feel exactly the same. Nothing has changed for me. I don't feel like my personality has changed. I feel like it's mellowed. And I feel like I'm putting up with less shit from people. But the shit that I get from people still bothers me. And I feel like I have more purpose. I feel loved in a way that like I've never felt from anybody. The look he gets on his face when I walk through the front door is like absolutely magical. So I'm happy. I just keep being happy, even though times are tough right now and uncertain. It feels certain because I have him. So thanks for joining me for this update. I think I'm going to come to you next week with another update. I think I just need to be less precious about editing and just string the stuff together and throw it out. But the hard thing about content creation is that I really like editing. I just don't have the time to sit and be like gentle with it. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of things to do. Right now, I gotta go to Old Navy and buy some new pajamas for a boy who is not fitting into the pajamas we currently have. Return some packages, and then get home and do nothing else for the rest of the day, because it's been a day. A good day. Good things are on the horizon. Anyway, glad to have you here, guys. Bye.